Hello my students, I hope you're doing well, I hope you're safe at home. Do you miss the school? I really do. I really miss you all and I really miss the school. I miss our fun lessons. If I could talk to you right now, I would probably ask you a couple of questions, but why not actually? I can ask you these questions and you may answer in your Google Classroom. So first question I could ask you is, did you enjoy the first lesson? Online lesson, I mean. I hope you did. First of all, I tried hard. Have you ever tried studying anything online? If yes, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer going to school, being in a classroom with other people, or do you prefer to be at home, sitting in front of a computer or holding your tablet and watching the videos? Or it doesn't matter if it's offline videos or online lessons, but it's still working from home, it's still studying from home. So which one do you prefer? So if it wasn't a video and if it was an online lesson, I would probably ask you about your daily routine, for example, how you spend your time, what you're doing, for example, at the moment. Your answer would probably be, I'm at home, I'm playing video games. So I know you do a lot. What if you want to go out? How often do you go out? So those are the questions that I would ask you, but before you answer those questions, let me predict what you might answer. So what I think right now is you really miss your school, don't you? So also, when we had to stay at home, the whole world decided to start these online lessons, and the information to stay at home and teach online wasn't a big surprise, was it? We knew that we would probably record some videos and we would probably call each other, so it wasn't a big surprise. And plus, when we stopped going to school and we thought that we would stay at home for just a week, didn't we? When we get back to school, you'll be really excited, won't you? I asked you too many questions, didn't I? So now let's try to go back to the first question that I asked today, and let's follow step by step and analyze what kind of questions I asked. So when someone asks you these kind of questions, the answer is usually yes or no, right? So these kind of questions are called general or yes or no questions. And the question also is asked in a way that you expect the answer yes or no. For example, do you enjoy studying online? Yes, I do. No, I don't. So these are general yes or no questions. Second type of question, there was when I asked which one you prefer. So it's like preference, and but also I'm giving you a choice. So you should not say eating. Okay, like you have to choose either this. So you have to choose either studying online or going to school. So this is type of question that gives you a choice. So you choose which one you prefer. Then I ask these kind of questions. So can you guess what type of questions these are? This is WH or special questions. So these kind of questions usually start with words like when, why, where, how many, how often, whose, and so on. And finally, I didn't ask questions, I just presumed that I knew something. I just thought that you might want to come to school. Maybe I thought that you may miss the school. And then instead of asking you the question, I presumed my own idea, and then I asked one small question to just make sure that I was right, such as this one. So as you know, these kind of questions are called tag questions. When we make a statement, and finally when we ask a short question, like a tail of a sentence, to make sure that we are right. So we already practiced that, so we are just revising that. So we already know that we produce tags following these rules. When there is a positive, we finish with negative. When it's negative sentence, we finish with positive sentence. If it's past, we ask question in past. If it's future, we ask the question in the future. However, there is a tricky part of question tags, and this tricky part is intonation. It depends with what kind of intonation we ask these questions. For example, so I said the sentence, you miss the school, don't you? But it depends how sure I am if you miss the school or not. So, two situations. I'm sure with 20% that you miss the school, and the second situation, I'm 80% sure that you miss the school. So, how to ask with proper intonation? So, these are two different intonations, and you tell me which one is 20% and which one is 80%. First intonation. When I say this way, you miss the school, don't you? Once more, you miss the school, don't you? And the second intonation, you miss the school, don't you? You miss the school, don't you? So if you noticed, the first situation, my intonation dropped. In the second situation, my intonation rose up. So which one belongs to which one? So I don't need to ask you a question again. I'm sure that you missed the school. So I just say, so you missed the school, don't you? But if I think that you don't really miss the school and you're happy to be home, then I presume that you miss somewhere in deep down, you miss your school, but still I'm not sure. So I ask you this way, you miss the school, don't you? So if I increase my intonation, that means I'm not sure. So that's it for today, and you enjoyed this lesson, didn't you? I know you did. See you.